wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken.
Minecraft in the United States in one weekend made more money than Snow White has made globally after 3 weekends.
Imagine landing the biggest role in your career, only to be blamed for one of the biggest movie flops in Disney history. And then right when the pressure hits its peak, Jack Black allegedly confronts you about it, and you break down. That's the story the internet can't stop talking about. And when you see how it all unfolded, you might actually feel sorry for Rachel Zegler.
Rachel Zegler then inexplicably continued to post herself in an empty theater for her own movie. She's literally the only person there. Meanwhile, the experience at Minecraft goes something like this.
Chicken joe.
Let's start with the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. The Minecraft movie made around $300 million globally in its opening weekend. It had energy, momentum, and most importantly, an audience. Families, kids, even casual fans all showed up. Meanwhile, Disney's Snow White remake, it was supposed to be a guaranteed hit. It had a massive budget, a famous name, and all the marketing power of Disney behind it. But after 3-4 weekends, Snow White still hadn't reached that same $300 million, not even close. This was more than just a bad opening. It was a full-on financial catastrophe. And it shocked people, because when a movie with the name Disney attached to it completely flops, people start asking hard questions. The difference between these two movies is more than just box office dollars. It reflects a shift in what audiences want. Minecraft gave people a good time. It was lighthearted, silly fun. But Snow White felt like homework. It was trying to be important instead of entertaining, and that was just the beginning.
The future of Hollywood is being battled out right now in theaters as 2 live-action remakes from the biggest studios in Hollywood go head-to-head.
This image might go down in internet history. Rachel Zegler sitting alone in an empty theater, watching her own movie. That's not a joke or an exaggeration. She actually posted a video or selfie showing herself in the theater, completely alone. The movie had just premiered. It was still in its first run, and the person who played Snow White, the face of the film, couldn't even get other people to watch it with her. At first, some people thought maybe she rented out the theater or was trying to promote the film quietly. But no, the message came through loud and clear. No one showed up, not even for her. The internet ate it up. Memes exploded, jokes spread. But underneath the jokes was something way darker. A realization that this wasn't just a movie underperforming. This was a complete rejection by audiences. The kind of rejection that actors take personally, because their face and name is everywhere. And that photo, it became a symbol of everything going wrong.
Warner Brothers' Minecraft movie versus Disney's Snow White, which in theory should be quite a battle, but it's not even a fair fight.
Now we get to the most shocking rumor of them all. Jack Black confronting Rachel Zegler. Jack Black is known for being funny, chill, and easy to work with. But according to multiple rumors, even he couldn't stay silent about what was happening. With Snow White, the story goes like this. Jack Black, frustrated by the movie's direction and Zegler's public comments, decided to speak up. Not in public, but in private, possibly backstage or at a promotional event. He allegedly told Rachel that her attitude toward fans, especially calling them trolls or dismissing their concerns, wasn't helping the situation. She was, after all, the face of the movie, and the way she was handling the backlash was only making it worse. The confrontation wasn't aggressive, but it hit hard. People who claim to have been nearby say Rachel grew emotional. That she tried to defend herself, but the stress caught up with her. She broke down, tears, panic, and everything that comes when someone's under more pressure than they can handle. If that story's true, it paints a much bigger picture of what was going on behind the scenes.
Snow White, of course, famously played by the insufferable girl boss narcissist, who's just clinical at this point, saying that audiences will always line up to see her no matter what she does.
Every premiere,
This didn't all start with Rachel. The public was already uneasy when they found out what Disney was doing to Snow White. Let's be real. Snow White is sacred Disney territory. It's the very first full-length animated movie they ever made. It helped build the entire company. But when rumors surfaced that the new version would have no Prince Charming, no dwarfs, and a Snow White who didn't need a man, longtime fans were confused. And then angry, some people were okay with modern updates. But many said it felt like Disney was trying to erase the original message and force in a totally different tone. Instead of charming, it felt preachy. Instead of nostalgic, it felt political. Audiences didn't feel like they were being welcomed. They felt like they were being lectured. Even test screenings confirmed this. Early viewers said the movie had weird pacing, forced dialogue, and awkward shifts between serious and silly. The result, a fairy tale that didn't feel magical at all.
And everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Let's talk about how Rachel made things worse. During her press interviews, Rachel didn't just promote the movie, she criticized the original Snow White film. She called it outdated. She said her version of Snow White wouldn't be dreaming about true love. She'd be focused on leadership and power. Those comments made some headlines and a lot of enemies. Then came the quote that really hurt her. Rachel said, "People will always wait in line to see me." It came off as arrogant, as if she thought her presence alone would carry the movie, no matter what people thought of it. Instead of making fans excited, her attitude pushed them away. People started calling her ungrateful, out of touch, even disrespectful to Disney's legacy. She became the face of the controversy, whether she meant to or not.
You know what's interesting about all this is that the only person waiting in line to see Snow White was Rachel Zegler.
So how did Disney react to all this? They didn't. At first, there were no public statements, no press release denying the Jack Black story, no explanations for the empty theater, no real defense of Rachel's comments, nothing. And the silence spoke volumes. To fans, it felt like Disney was hiding something, or worse, that they didn't care, that they were just letting the storm pass, hoping the controversy would burn out. Even when Bob Iger and Rachel made public comments saying the movie was misunderstood, it didn't help. It made fans feel blamed, like they just didn't get it, when really they just didn't like it. When your audience feels like you're ignoring them or insulting them, they walk away, and that's exactly what happened.
Rachel Zegler then inexplicably continued to post herself in an empty theater for her own movie. She's literally the only person there. And do you not understand how humiliating this is?
According to inside sources, things were just as messy behind the camera as they were in front of it. Major scenes were filmed, then scrapped. New scenes were rushed in. Characters were changed, then changed again. Directors and writers reportedly clashed on tone. Was this supposed to be a comedy, a drama, a feminist statement? Nobody could agree. Test screenings showed that audiences liked the opening of the film, but quickly got confused. Scenes didn't connect. Characters felt flat. The pacing jumped all over the place. Even if Jack Black had a cameo or creative input, it couldn't save the chaos. The movie had no clear vision, just ideas thrown together in a way that didn't work. It wasn't just a weak movie, it was a broken one.
Meanwhile, the experience at Minecraft goes something like this.
At this point, even if the Rachel Zegler breakdown didn't happen the way the rumors say, it didn't matter. People believed it because it felt true. It made sense. She was under immense pressure. The movie was collapsing. She was being dragged online. Jack Black, a respected actor, might have said what everyone else was thinking. The breakdown story became a metaphor for the entire project falling apart. It was like a mirror of everything wrong. Creative confusion, bad leadership, poor communication, and the emotional toll it all took. Sometimes one moment tells the whole story. For Snow White, that moment was the rumored meltdown.
And the cops had to escort the rowdy teenagers out. The Minecraft movie is doing something magical. It's creating a live audience reaction event.
This was maybe the most dangerous part for Disney. For years, no matter what they released, people showed up. Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Aladdin, all made money, even if people had complaints. But with Snow White, something changed. Even longtime fans were saying enough. The magic was gone. The excitement was gone. And worst of all, their trust in Disney was starting to fade. They didn't feel heard. They didn't feel respected. And when loyalty disappears, it's hard to get it back. This wasn't just a flop, it was a warning. So here's the big question. What happens now? If Disney ignores what went wrong with Snow White, they might see even worse disasters in the future. If they keep chasing headlines instead of heart, more flops will follow. But if they learn from it, if they go back to telling great stories with respect for the originals, they might still turn things around. The Rachel Zegler meltdown, real or not, is more than gossip. It's a symbol of what happens when storytelling gets lost in the sheer noise. People want magic. They want stories that matter. And most of all, they want to feel like their voices count. Let's hope Disney is finally listening.